Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Cindy. All I do here is share my recipes, and I'm working on new things because I do want to show a lot more different things, but I gotta take it slow. But today I'm gonna show you how I made this amazing delicious seafood in a coconut sauce, and I ate it with rice, white rice, because I don't know, it's just the Haitian in me. So to make the rice, I keep it simple. I like to make my rice Haitian, my white rice the Haitian way. I saute some scallion, garlic, a little bit of onion, the sweet onion preferably, and some olive oil, and then add water, salt to taste, let it come to a boil. Once the water boils, rinse your rice and throw it in there. For me, when it comes to the ratio of the rice, I like to use a 1-to-1 ratio. And then once you add the rice to the boiling water, it has simmered. You let it simmer on medium heat, and then once the water has evaporated, you stir it and cover and let it steam for 10 to 20 minutes on low heat. That's how I like to get my rice. I love that consistency. I don't like my rice to be too mushy, to be this, that. This is the brand of rice that I like to use. I'm a loyal customer. I love that rice. As you can see, I have a big bag, big sack of it, and I'm the only one here. So that's what I'll be eating. It's still here, actually. I filmed this video in July of this year, and currently I'm editing this video in today's the 30th. Ooh, 30th of December. So yes, and the rice is still about the same because I don't eat rice often. Even though I cook it, I feed it to people. I like to watch people get fat rather than me getting fat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyways, that's how I make my rice. Pretty simple, easy, and it tastes really good. You can eat it like that by itself. If you don't want to use jasmine rice, basmati rice, you can use jasmine. Basmati, I will say, require a little bit more water. So, like I mentioned, 1-to-1 ratio. That's more for jasmine rice. If for basmati rice, I would say like a cup of rice, you need a 1.5 cup of water. Once it cooks, the water simmer, let it simmer, and don't cook it on high heat because you don't want the water to evaporate so quickly. Cook it on a medium heat, and yeah, and then just steam it for a little bit, and that's it. But jasmine rice, 1-to-1 ratio. Basmati rice is 1.5 cup, 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cup of water. But you see how it is looks. It's nice and grainy and delicious. So let's move on to the seafood. It's the most exciting one. I am using some blue crab. That's what I could find. Actually, not what I could find, it's what I could afford. Some octopus that's already been cooked. And we have for the vegetables some white onion, some potatoes. I like to use russet potatoes, a little bit of carrots diced, and bell pepper diced up, and bay leaves, scotch, not scotchbone pepper, that's the other one, fresh thyme, fresh parsley, lime juice, some black pepper for seasoning. I'm of course olive oil. I'm using habanero, a piece, coconut milk, tomato paste, old bay seasoning, some chicken bouillon, salt, and a little bit of butter. So I had just moved to Dallas at this time. I didn't have scotch bonnet pepper. I only had habanero. And then my good friend mailed some to me. Mika, thank you so much. So this is the crab. I already cleaned it. Remove the shell. Well, no, I didn't clean actually. I bought it like that. I remember now. I bought it like that, like the halves. And I have some shrimp that are. I removed the shell in some of them, and I still kept the head because I want all the flavors of the seafood. I want it to be very much seafood tasting. I want all that flavors. That's why I'm like, I wish I had the crab with the shell and everything. And to season it, I season it with a piece, some Old Bay, chicken bouillon, black pepper, and just toss it around. Make sure it's all well mixed with some lime juice. If you don't have lime juice, lemon is fine, or bitter orange juice, any type of acidity you have. And if you don't have any of these on hand and you don't want to run outside just for that, vinegar, white distilled vinegar, even apple cider vinegar will do the work. Just a little tiny bit, not too much of ACV, because it could ruin the taste of the dish. So yeah, once you season that, let's go ahead and start cooking. And of course, some salt and some freshly cracked pepper. I like to use freshly ground pepper. I don't like the, pre-grounded stuff. It has no flavor. It doesn't even have the smell of black pepper. And sometimes I like to toast my peppercorn before I even ground it. Yeah, some olive oil and just stir it well until everything is well coated with the épices. And if you need an épice recipe, I'm going to link one right here for you. I have an épice recipe. You can't make Haitian food without épice. If you got no épice, it's not Haitian food. I don't know what it is, but it's not Haitian food. If you are liking this so far, I highly suggest you give this video a thumbs up and watch many more of my videos so that way YouTube, the algorithm, can promote my channel. So let's go to making the sauce. In a hot pan, whatever, if you could use a pot if you want to use, I'm using a deep pan from All Clad. I added my olive oil and tomato paste. The tomato paste is gonna give it a really nice color, which is all I wanted, to be honest, just the color. You could skip the tomato paste if you don't eat tomato paste or you're allergic. It's totally fine. It didn't really do too much in the taste, to be honest with you. It was just for the color. You can skip it if you want to. Whatever your reason is, feel free to skip it. So go ahead, add the tomato paste into the olive oil that's been hot. And to dissolve this tomato paste, we're gonna add a little bit of water at a time until it all dissolves and we don't see any more tomato clumps or nothing like that. It's all nice and smooth. Just add it a little bit at a time and make sure you to have your heat on medium heat, not too high. All right. While you're dissolving the tomato, be sure to stir continuously. And once you see you're at this point where the tomatoes is all dissolved, go ahead and add your water. That's gonna be the broth you're gonna cook the seafood in. If you want, you could use a shrimp broth or seafood stock if you can find it. It's really hard to find seafood stock unless you make it your own. Yeah, but use water. Now once you've done with that tomato, dissolving the tomatoes and you have that base, go ahead and add the potatoes and carrots because they take a little bit longer to cook. Give it a quick stir, cover it, and let it come to a boil. You want to cook the potatoes first because it's gonna take longer than the seafood. The seafood literally take 3 minutes, 5 max. Cover and let it cook throughout. Wait, actually, before you do all that, add the bay leaf, the fresh parsley, the fresh thyme, and the hot pepper. You know, I personally cannot eat seafood without some heat in it. It's got to have some heat. I've got to have some spice. It's got to be spicy a bit, even just a little bit. Yeah. So I added my cloves because I'm Haitian. I just can't cook without cloves. And cloves is just so healthy for you. So now go ahead, cover and let it boil, come to a boil for 5 to 7 minutes because the potatoes are diced pretty small. So don't dice your potatoes too big. Do them a small size. And that way it won't take too long to cook. So give it a nice stir and you check to make sure it's cooked and go ahead follow up with the seafood, adding the seafood. We're going to add the other stuff first, like the shrimp and the crab first, before adding the other, which was the octopus, because the octopus is already cooked, so we don't have to add, don't want to add it too early because then it's gonna be rubber. You're literally gonna be chewing rubber if you if it's overcooked. Same for the shrimp. So feel free to add the shrimp first before you add the crab because that's what I had to do because the shrimp doesn't take long to cook. Shrimp takes like 3 minutes to cook and the crab takes a little bit longer. So add the shrimp first. And then, I'm sorry, add the crab first and then follow up with the shrimp. So you don't chew rubber. Cuz it's gonna feel like rubber if it's overcooked and I hate that. So yeah, cook your crab first for about 4 minutes. Crab doesn't take long either. Cook the crab first for like 4 minutes and then add the shrimp. Add your bell pepper. After I added the crab, I added the bell peppers and the onion and the coconut milk. If you can find the fresh coconut, I would say that's always the best choice, best option. But I had just moved to Dallas. I was just learning my way around, so I just get what I could get. It's what I could find, so I just take it. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I love the East Coast. I miss the East Coast. I miss Boston. I miss Maryland. I miss having access to anything that I wanted to make Haitian food. I really miss that. Moving here made me realize how much I love the East Coast, how much of an East Coast girl I am. I am not for the South. Like I just want to buy a little time here and get out of here. I want to go back soon. I don't like the South. It's just not me. I want the East Coast. I don't mind the cold anymore. I think I'm good. I'll take the cold. Anyways, I added the butter, covered it, and the shrimp and everything else I added, covered it, and let it come to a boil. Did I add that? I don't know. I'm like lost. Sorry, this recipe is going crazy. You guys just follow with it. Follow, follow. I'm sorry. Okay, so I did add the shrimp. I don't remember that. Yeah, so I added my octopus last minute because it was already cooked octopus. We don't want to add it too early. Then, like I mentioned earlier, it would just become rubber because it will be overcooked and I'll be chewing, and Jesus probably would come by the time I finished chewing that octopus. So this is the recipe, you guys. Pretty easy. And then sprinkle your little parsley on there. Add the parsley last minute or with the time, whatever you like to do. It looks really nice when you add the parsley last minute. They get the little greenish. I like my food to be colorful. So add the parsley, give it a stir, and this is it. This is the dish, you guys. It's easy and it's really good. And you have to eat it with white rice. You just have to. And if you don't listen, if you don't want to eat white rice, you want to do a healthier option, you could do quinoa. Do quinoa. Quinoa would be nice with it. Actually, I haven't had quinoa in a minute. I should make some quinoa soon. Yeah, I haven't had quinoa in like a minute. I should make some soon. Yeah. So yeah. Or you can do bulgur, like a plain bulgur wheat or bulgur wheat with rice with beans. That also would be actually that would be really busting right now. This stew with some bulgur wheat, blé colac pois rouge. Oh wow. I would eat that. I would tear that up. But we're talking about this stew right here with the white rice. It was so good, y'all. So good. I loved it. Yeah. And this was one of the recipes that I made when I first moved to Dallas. Yeah, I can't believe I moved to Dallas. Can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually. Actually, moving here is something that I wanted to do for my career, and I'm honestly just gonna keep work hard, and then I can't wait to go back to the East Coast. I can't wait to go back to Maryland because I love Maryland so freaking much. I just want to go back to the DMV so badly. But I gotta do what I gotta do first. And this is it, you guys. Voila. I hope you give this recipe a try. I did a little bit of yapping in here, which was unexpected. Look at my muscles though. Yeah, if you like this recipe, please give it a thumbs up. Help me out. Help me out, please. I'm like, do I need to get on my knees and like beg? I want to reach next year, 2025. I want to reach 100,000 followers, subscribers. Please help me. If you watch my videos, give it a like. And if you watch the next one that's coming, whatever YouTube suggests for you right now is what YouTube thinks you should watch. YouTube thinks this is the best video for you. So click on it and watch it. And then if you do watch it, the algorithm will promote my channel. And that means you'll be helping. And if you would like, you can subscribe to my website for written recipes and access to my recipes before they are posted online. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.